In the past, we believed that trees were static, inanimate beings. However, today, some are beginning to question that belief. When a tree is cut down, it doesn't always fall in silence. A few have heard what seems to be a scream, a lament coming from the depths of nature. It's something only the most attentive seem to hear. But the question is, why do trees scream? In recent years, scientists have begun to investigate this phenomenon. Using ultrasonic microphones and high-sensitivity sensors, they have started capturing something astonishing. When a tree is damaged, it doesn't just emit a crack or a simple mechanical sound. There is something more. A sound that, although not audible to the human ear, has been captured by advanced technology. A whisper in the air, a vibration so subtle it could seem like a distant echo. A sound that closely resembles a scream. At first, researchers thought it was a response from the tree's cells, perhaps a natural reaction to the stress of the damage. However, over time, they began to notice that the sound seemed more complex, as if the trees were sending some sort of message. And that message wasn't just a cry of pain, it was something much deeper, as if the trees were trying to communicate, to alert something, or even someone. But how is this possible? Trees have no brain, no nervous system. How could they experience pain, let alone emit sounds? The answer lies in their biological structure. Trees are not just simple plant organisms. They are complex, interconnected beings. Their roots intertwine in an underground network that connects each tree to the others in the forest. This network, known as the Wood Wide Web, allows trees to share nutrients, protect each other from pests, and even warn their neighbors of imminent dangers. Is it possible that by cutting down a tree, we are interrupting not only its life, but also its communication with the rest of the forest? Investigating this phenomenon has led some scientists to reconsider the concept of consciousness in the plant kingdom. Although trees don't possess a brain or a nervous system, their root network seems to function in a surprisingly complex manner. The electrical signals traveling through their roots could be transmitting information in a way that, although different from humans, could be interpreted as a form of communication. This type of signaling is not new in the plant kingdom. It has been shown that plants can send signals to other plants to warn them of dangers, such as the arrival of pests. It has even been discovered that some species of trees release chemical compounds into the air to alert other members of their species about destructive insects. It's as if trees have their own communication network, albeit one that is silent to us. However, the sound that some have captured when cutting down a tree doesn't resemble the sounds we normally associate with plants. It's not just a simple vibration. The recordings of these sounds show a pattern, something that cannot easily be explained by simple physical reactions. The idea that trees might emit a scream is being taken more seriously in the scientific community, although most still resist the notion that plants can experience pain in the same way animals do. What is intriguing is that, beyond the experiments with ultrasonic microphones, there have been reports from gardeners and forestry workers who have had similar experiences. Some have heard these laments when cutting certain types of trees, especially those found in complex or protected ecosystems. Some describe the sound as a kind of muffled complaint, a vibration almost imperceptible, but clear if you listen closely. Could these testimonies reflect something real? One of the most intriguing phenomena is the case of the oldest trees. It's said that those that have stood in the same place for centuries possess an innate wisdom of the earth. In some cultures, these trees are considered guardians of the forest, and their lives are intertwined with the surrounding environment. Some researchers speculate that the older trees might have a stronger connection to the ecosystem, so that their scream is not just a lament for their loss, but a call to action for those around them. A message to alert the forest that something has changed, that something irreversible has happened. Meanwhile, some studies have suggested that trees can detect danger through changes in the environment. Through their roots, they can sense variations in temperature, humidity, or even the composition of the soil. And when a tree is cut down, the vibrations from the damage travel quickly through the root network, which could explain the reactions some hear as a scream. This kind of alert system could be designed to protect nearby trees, signaling to the others that something has altered the natural balance. But if plants have such an advanced form of communication, what does this mean for the future of our forests and gardens? If trees are capable of experiencing something like pain, what does this say about our relationship with them? As more and more studies focus on these phenomena, the question is no longer just about trees, but about human impact on the natural world in general. If the way we treat nature truly affects its well-being, are we listening to what they're trying to tell us? The truth is, although not all scientists agree with the idea that trees feel pain, there's something undeniable in the complexity of their interactions and in the type of responses they generate in their environment. Whether through their roots or through the sound vibrations that some claim to have heard, trees seem to be much more alive and aware than we once thought. And perhaps in the future, we will discover that trees not only give us oxygen and shade, but also speak to us in a language we are still learning to understand. As science advances and our understanding of the natural world deepens, what once seemed like a fantastic, even mystical idea may turn into a scientific truth. Trees are not just static beings. They are living, interconnected beings capable of perceiving and responding to the world around them. And maybe, just maybe, their screams are nothing more than a way to remind us that we are all, in some way, connected.